It's a beautiful, tranquil, serene place. And I'm thinking of all of you. So I thought I would share with you a short and inspirational thought to hopefully uplift your day, to give it an oomph and a boost, and hopefully and possibly others as well. You know, as this crisis continues to stretch on indefinitely, and in general, in times of crisis, as we feel that we have no control over the situation, it's only human nature to begin doubting ourselves, to lose confidence. But did you know that even some of the greatest leaders, like Moses, doubted himself as well? You know, having just celebrated Passover, often when we think of Moses, we remember him as this great leader who led the Jewish people out of slavery in Egypt. But we forget that he doubted himself as well. At the burning bush, God appears to Moses and tells him, return to Egypt to free the Jewish people. Instead of immediately complying, Moses starts arguing with God, and he says to God, in the past, I tried, and it failed. Not only that, the Jewish people won't take me seriously. Pharaoh won't listen to me. I am simply unqualified for this task. And God turns to Moses and tells him 3 words in Hebrew. I think it's 5 words in English. Mazeh biyadecha. What is in your hands? God was telling Moshe Rabbeinu and shifting his attention from his anxiety over the past and the future. And in essence, he was telling Moses, what do you have in your hands right now? Whatever you have in your hands right now, use it. See, God was telling Moses, it doesn't matter what he thought he needed. The creator of the universe can take whatever you have in your hands and turn it into whatever it is needed for you to accomplish whatever you need to accomplish. You know, sure, before slaying Goliath, David must probably thought to himself, I'm little, I'm young, I'm inexperienced. Goliath is this confident warrior, talented, powerful. How can I fight him? And God turns to him and says, I know you don't have the air support or the helicopters backing you, but what do you have in your hands right now? A slingshot with some pebbles? Use it. You know, Pharaoh's daughter, when she heard little baby Moses crying, I'm sure she thought to herself, this little girl against this mighty empire, what can I do? God turns to her and says, what do you have in your hands? She says, nothing. So God says, but you have a hand. Use your hand for God's sake. And what does she do? She stretches out her arm and she changes all of human history. My dear friends, my dear mishpacha, we all agree, we all realize that our lives are very difficult right now. We don't have the usual tools, the materials that we used to have handy. But we are here, and every day when we wake up, God turns to us with a message. Use whatever you have in your hands, and I'll turn it into something great. You only have Zoom, use it. You have a smile on your face, share it with another person. You're able to uplift someone, use that as well, and you'll see, I'll make sure that it will transform lives. We may feel that we don't have too much what to offer now, but you know what? Whatever you have, use it to the fullest. Let's show God that we're using it in real time. Text, send a message, do a Facebook Live, do a recording, give a call to someone, and you will see that Hashem will transform that into something great. I want to conclude with a short little story. You know, the great Russian writer Leo Tolstoy struggled with poverty for some time. He was once walking down the street and he passed a beggar. Reaching into his pocket to give some money to the beggar, he found that his pocket was empty. So he turned to the beggar and said, I'm sorry, my brother. I don't have any money. I can't give you anything. The beggar brightened and said, it's all right. It's all right. You've given me something much more valuable than money. You're the first person in years that called me brother. Tolstoy didn't have the resources to restore the man's finances, but he had the heart to restore the man's dignity. Every single day, even now, we have the ability to deposit a wealth of compassion into impoverished lives. People that are out there that are lonely, that need just an uplifting word, an inspiring message, a smile, a recording telling them we're thinking of you. Let's do it. Whatever you have in your hands, use it, and God will transform it into something incredible. I love you all. Stay safe and stay healthy.
I actually personally love this kind of move because you hit the hamstring and you hit the hip flexor also. So I call this my Sports Illustrated cover edition pose. Okay, so you're sitting in the waves in your bikini, your hands are behind you, and you're showing off your top. And then you're going to feel into your shins. Here's your stretch for your hip flexor. And then you can go straight into the stretch you asked me about, and that is stretching lying down. So you just really want to turn your belly button so that it lines up over your knee, like that. And then chest up. You're going to bring your hands on either side so that you can go slowly down and press down onto your knee as much as possible. So you may be here, you may be there, and that's where you want to be. So you're breathing and you're really just pushing your weight down onto your knee from the side. It looks like that. If you can get all the way down and make a little fist pillow for your hands, for your head, and relax it completely, that's where you really hit the gold. You want to breathe in through your back because you're all squished up in your stomach, right? And let the air expand in there. And then breathe out so you can hear it. And of course, when you come up, you're lifting up. You're going to use your arms to straighten. Walk yourself back. And then to switch sides, you can just walk your feet around and back again, and you'll be pretty much in that opposite side. So again, hands go behind your back. You're stretching out your head, your chest. You know, this kind of forward texting neck and eating and driving and watching TV. That opposite is sit. So you're rolling them back, pushing those hands down. You can even lift your hips up and then turning in the direction of your knee. You're again going to lay down on it. So you just kind of want to unroll yourself on it. Use your hands to guide you down. If you can only get here, that's fine. Just make a little mark where you get, because then you're going to go a little further and a little further. Maybe here for a little while and breathing. Now, if this is not possible for you, here's your other variation. So you're going to lie down. Oops, I'm out of the shot. Your head is completely relaxed. And then you're just going to place one foot on your knee and start pulling it in. That's your basic. Vivo. And if you can do this, then that's your next variation. So you're going to grab the underneath knee and pull in, relaxing everything else. Just relaxing. That's your variation in case you don't want to. I'm going to roll up, guys. That's also a wonderful move to do a few times, right? I think I'm getting a little carried away because, can't get me started. But let me show you who's in his handmade collar, because it's a little itchy. So I wrapped a towel around his neck. That's Sammy. Hopefully any of this was helpful. If you want me to do it again or show you anything else, please let me be my guest. If you want to engage with me, DM me and let me know how I can help. Okay? Hang in there, as we say in South Africa, fast bait. Oh, you know what? There was one thing I wanted to tell everybody. One thing. The most important thing of all. During that 20-minute washing your hands thing, the water does not have to be running the whole time. It doesn't. If you come from a place like South Africa where we had water restrictions constantly growing up, you want to wet your hands, put the soap, switch off the faucet, because the tap, and then wash your hands for 20 seconds and then rinse them, okay? That's the one thing I really wanted to share today is like, right now if it's raining, but we do live in a desert here in California, so take it easy everyone, stay safe and look out for each other.
Hi everybody, welcome to episode I can't remember what of Composer in Isolation. Well, I'm gonna have to do it. It's the song from Cats that you've all been asking for, although I will do some more from Cats a little bit later on. But here it is, Memory. You can sing along to it. Don't make videos because it's far too difficult to sing along to and it might expose your vocal range. Never mind, here goes.
What's the best thing you would like to see individuals do for Earth and climate change? What do you think that individuals can do? Greta, what do you think?
Should I start?
Yeah, sure.
I think the number one thing, I mean, there are so many things that you can do, and as you have said earlier, that you should not underestimate the power of one individual, and it's hard to choose, like, because there are so infinite things that we can do as individuals. But if I were to just choose a few, then I would first say to inform yourself, try to understand the crisis, because the more you understand, the more educated you are about the subject, the more, yeah, I mean, the more you will be able to take action and in the right way. So that is a very important thing, and also to talk to others about it, to share the information, to spread the word, and create public opinion. Use your platforms, or talk to your friends or whoever it might be, and then also third, maybe most important, use your voice, become an activist, go out on the streets. Not now, but when the lockdown is over, we can still be activists online. We can still push governments and people in power, business people, policymakers. We can still push them from home, and we have to use our voice, because if we don't use our voice, then someone else will take that opportunity, and maybe we have to use our voice simply. And of course there are many things you can do in your everyday life to reduce your carbon footprint, and that is also a very good thing you can do. But I think what we need right now is collective awareness, to spread awareness about.
And you yourself are, of course, an example of individuals can make a difference as activists.
Yeah, exactly. That is exactly how it is. And I mean, the climate crisis has never been treated as a crisis. It has not been communicated like a crisis, which is now. And why people are acting so much and changing their lives so much because of the corona is because this is an immediate threat, and that is how it has been communicated, and that is how it has been treated by media and world leaders, which is absolutely right. That is the way it has to be treated. But we also need to show that, as you said, that the climate crisis also impacts us. It is also an immediate threat, even if it may not be as immediate as the corona. It will still impact ourselves, and especially other people in other parts of the world, and is already doing that now. We need to tackle this now, otherwise it will sneak up on us, and like you said, these irreversible changes will become irreversible.